the show. I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And here are the goods. So finally, after all this weeks and weeks of being number one, Jumanji falls at the box office.
Really? To who?
To the Maze Runner, Death Cure.
I heard that this was actually good.
Is it better than Divergent?
I have not seen it, but because I kind of checked out on this franchise already because the second one didn't make sense. Well, it made sense, but it didn't make sense in how they were portraying this whole trilogy. So I didn't really want to see the third one, but I was looking at some of the reviews out there and people kind of like this movie.
Yeah, so it's also because it ends the trilogy. It's already done.
They're like, thank God
it's over. All right. So it actually got 23 million for number one. And you know what? After a pretty good, successful run that Jumanji had, I don't think dropping to 2 is that bad.
No,
but it's
still making money.
It's still making money. It dropped to $16 million. $16 million. That thing is already made its money back. We're
getting Jumanji.
We're getting Jumanji 2, 3, 4, everything.
Yeah.
Number 3 was Hostels with Christian Bale. I actually wanted to see this movie.
Really?
Yeah, I have not seen a really solid Western in a while. And I think that this one's actually not bad. Kind of gives me a Tombstone / Dances with Wolves vibe, but
that's a crossover we've been waiting for. Wait, I don't know if I should be doing that.
Yeah,
that's a crossover we've been waiting for. Tombstone and Dances with Wolves.
That's right. I'll take it.
Okay, all right, it's fine.
$10 million for
because it makes it seem like they're hunting the Native Americans. That's what you said. That way.
Good for number 3. That's awful. I'll change that. Number 4, Greatest Showman. Still making money.
It actually moved up. Wasn't it number 5 last week?
Yes. Wolverine the musical is at $9 million.
And this is more like Dumbo the musical.
Dumbo with Wolverine in it.
There you go.
And number 5, closing out the top 5, is The Post. Meryl Streep, Tom Hanks
still in the top 5 for somehow.
And now that the Oscars are out or the nominations were out and Meryl Streep was nominated, look for this one to start start climbing up a little bit, or at least maintaining itself between 5, 6, maybe 7.
People want to say like, oh, okay, I want to go out there. I want to see that film because it's been nominated. I want to see how good it is. Exactly. Trust me, save yourself. It's gonna be boring.
Showman also was nominated for like costumes, I think, some stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, just in the trailer by itself, it looks like just extravagant and vibrant and colorful, and it was like, yeah. Hey,
if Suicide Squad could win for hair and makeup, this has a chance.
I give him his award. Well, he wouldn't get an award. Would he get an award? He wouldn't get an award.
You wouldn't get an award.
Maybe
but Logan would get props because it's nominated for adapted screenplay. Original screenplay.
That was one thing I wanted to talk to you about, was the whole Logan thing. I don't know if it's on your list or not.
No, it's not, but go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, no, go and move on. We'll touch back on that in a minute.
All right, anyway. So, out this week is Winchester, a horror haunted house story starring Helen Mirren and Jason Clarke. With Helen Mirren, she can't go wrong. She's a freaking amazing actress. Jason Clarke kind of lost me when he was John Connor in Terminator Genesis. So, I can't buy into Jason Clarke. He had me at freaking Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and then Terminator came out and it's over.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where, because of that, he had a down period. So this is probably an opportunity for him to try to get back on track. You start off with something smaller, something that kind of flies under the radar, and if it gets some good buzz, then your name gets out there again, and they kind of forget that you did that movie, which would have been good if they had not spoiled the end. If they hadn't spoiled the end, people would have been okay with that movie instead of saying like, I hate that movie.
Well, Winchester, based on a true story, I saw the trailer. I'm not that impressed with it.
I have not seen the trailer for this.
Yeah, I'm not that.
It's about like making the gun, or
no. It's it actually takes place in a kind of like a period piece.
Okay, so it's Western. Is it a Western crossing over with Dancing Wolves?
No, and they're not hunting Native Americans either. But it is a ghost story, and kind of reminds me.
Oh no! This is about the one with the wife, the widow and then like crazy.
The house.
Yeah. I remember that. I did see the trailer for that. Now I get it. But I saw the documentary of it when they were talking about her in the house and stuff like that. And they're making this more of a ghost story. And it really was that she was just insane. That's all it was. She was insane. Yes, ma'am.
Y'all are totally butchering this.
How are we butchering this?
Okay, let me go and tell you the real story. Because no, she wasn't insane.
She was insane.
She went insane.
She was insane when her husband died. She was insane. She wouldn't stop building on the house, and she was insane. And they're trying to make it seem like it's a ghost movie because she felt like, oh, the ghosts are gonna get me if I don't stop building. No, she was freaking crazy.
Okay, yes. She lost her husband, and then she lost her father. Her father built the first gun. So the whole thing was that she
6 hours later.
Anyway,
y'all are annoying.
you know, the way it looks and the way it's filmed, it's kind of it's a lot like Crimson Peak in that kind of style. Also, a lot like The Woman in Black, but I think The Woman in Black will probably be looked at as possibly a little bit scarier, in my opinion.
The Woman in Black was boring.
Point exact. Did you understand? See what I mean? The first one was better than the second one, but
I didn't like either.
Compared to what I saw in that trailer, I'll probably take The Woman in Black. So
okay.
I don't know, but we'll see how that goes. It has some nice little week of trying to do something at the box office, because once February 9th comes and 50 Shades comes, it takes all that away.
Is this movie sponsored by TLC?
Guys, are you ready to see your renovation on White People Renovating Houses?
Trailer talk. AntMan and the Wasp trailer premiered, and not too bad of a trailer. I actually liked the trailer. What'd you think?
I was a little ho-hum when they announced this movie. I was like, how are they gonna do this? And knowing that Marvel felt like they needed to start doing something with some of their female characters, some of the superheroes that they do have, kind of pushing them, because basically all of Marvel had been all men movies, so they would look like they wanted to do something with it, and they keep shelving stupid Black Widow's film, and
Red Sparrow
is coming out. So they wanted to do something with the Wasp. Especially, they got a lot of blowback when Ant-Man first released because the Wasp character was underutilized. So I can see the focus in this trailer about her.
It was an origin story too, if you were to think about it. It's more of an origin.
I mean, it was more about Scott Lang, and it's like, and I totally get it. So you can't make it, but people felt like they should have done more with her character, especially introducing her and just like, oh, just gonna train him, and then she's not gonna do anything else when basically she knew all the stuff that she showed him how to do, and she could have just done the whole heist by herself. She could have done everything by herself. They really didn't need Scott Lang. So that's why people kind of felt like she was underutilized. So that's why by them making her the focus of this trailer, I was really happy in seeing it, and I understood why, like, even though it's a combo movie, whereas Ant-Man and the Wasp, it was more of the Wasp than it was Ant-Man.
Yeah, but at the same time, in the first one, her relationship with her father played a big part of why she wasn't really into being the hero or whatever. Right. So that came into play. As far as this trailer is concerned, the effects look great. Yeah, they look amazing.
Dude, I was like,
it way better than Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Way better than Honey, I Shrunk. Man.
Come a long way.
What if they do a crossover? And I'm not going to do the finger thing. What if they do a crossover with Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? Honey, I Shrunk the Ant-Man.
It had good action scenes. I thought the car chases looked pretty good. The fight scenes looked really great.
Michael Douglas, man, I totally embedded in the Marvel universe. I love him.
Yeah, he's awesome. Greed is good, right?
Yeah, Greed is good. Wall Street.
Like you said, focused a lot more on the Wasps. Looks like it'll have a good blend of action and comedy, but not to the Thor Ragnarok level.
Yeah, well, that's what the first Ant-Man gave us, was action and comedy. So yeah.
Yeah, so it's but I'm talking about, like, it's not like gonna be all like top like Thor, but it's still
open mic night with Thor.
Exactly. So it looks like it's gonna be a great blend. The scene that stuck out the most for me was the running on the knife. I thought that was such a cool looking scene.
And she popped the wings and then she ran on the knife.
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. But the MVP for me was the Hello Kitty Pez dispenser.
That was funny. And it was like, because before they kept, in the original film, it was like everything kept shrinking and stuff and playing off of the fact that they were small on toys and treating it like it was like the scale with them. This was like, hey, things that are normally small and out of scale, we're gonna increase. And it was like, so I really love that. And we're obviously gonna see more Giant Man. And I thought in the trailer they said that Morpheus is gonna be Goliath, the villain in this film.
Well, he's the doctor. He's a doctor in this.
I think his that character ends up becoming Goliath in the.
And then you have Ghost.
Yeah, you got a Growth.
Then you have Ghost. You have Ghost in there, which is pretty a little bit of a twist on the comic is that Ghost is really a man in the comics, and this time Ghost is actually a female.
They're pushing women.
Yeah, so but it's the right move. I think it's the right move. Damn you, J-Law.
J-Law.
You killed us with Mother, and now you're doing this. But yeah, so it's they're pushing that, and I think they're supposed to be a really solid fight between Ghost and Wasp.
Excellent.
So that's actually gonna,
can't wait for that. Actually,
yeah, it's gonna be pretty freaking awesome. So sticking with Marvel real quick for a quick one. Okay, now what were you gonna ask me about Logan?
Okay, so the Logan thing, it's like, are you upset that it's not nominated for Best Picture?
It was. I'm upset actually that they didn't make it a solid 10. Matter of fact, I talked to one of our viewers, Robert, out there, and we were talking about how because of the Dark Knight, they extended it to 10, right? And now it's 9. I think that
they had the option to go to 10.
I know, but I'm saying that they could have gone to 10 to add Logan in there.
Because I think they're still dealing with the fact that they don't want to put superhero films in that category.
But they did nominate it for an Oscar. They nominated Suicide Squad last year,
but they didn't do. Once again, wasn't Best Picture.
It's still writing. That still says something.
Yes,
you're looking at if it's pretty much taken from Old Man Logan. You're taking a graphic novel and turning and adapting that into a screenplay. That's awesome, man. I mean, that's something that happens all the time.
That's great for the writer and whoever did the screenplay and whoever did all. Great for you guys.
Well, you know what? he might get a goodie.
He might get a goodie. I was a little down that it didn't come up being nominated for Best Picture. People love this movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
People who aren't even comic book fans or people who watch all the comic book films recognize that this was just a good, solid film.
Or even his performance.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, man. Yeah. So I was a little bummed by that, and I was like, okay, great writing, but yeah.
I was bummed about McAvoy. Or Skarsgård. No kind of.
But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Logan.
I don't care. Anyway, so sticking with Marvel, Black Panther, the world premiere took place.
Okay.
Recently, and it has been like royally, no pun intended, royally praised.
Everybody seems to be into this.
Yeah, right? for how it came out, how Coogler directed it.
BET's Black Panther.
BET's Iron Man. Saying the best Marvel yet, but they say that to everyone. They say that to every single one.
They actually kind of do.
So,
are they really wrong?
We talked about it a couple shows ago about the visuals, about the colors, about Coogler's style, about.
This could be the creed of the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of, Michael B. Jordan is getting his praise as possibly the best villain. Could possibly have taken Hiddleston's spot as the best villain in the Marvel Universe.
Really? Until we see Thanos.
Until we see Thanos, exactly. So he's getting a lot of praise for his role in that.
Okay.
Right now, there's 2 post-credit scenes, like always, right?
Right.
There should be a mid-scene and an end scene. I don't think it's going to be anywhere like Guardians was, where there was 5. But
little bitty non-things that didn't even be in there. But
the mid-scene is going to probably be something that's going to tease, a connection to Infinity War.
Okay, obviously, yeah.
And then the last one is possibly gonna either.
Like, look at that purple guy in the background.
Yeah, it's possibly gonna be get this man
get this man a glove. Go on.
It's possibly going to either be just like what you said earlier about the Guardians thing, just some little comedy relief type of scene, or it's going to be a potential setup for a future sequel of Black Panther. So I'm anxious to see that, which one it's going to be. Which one do you think it is?
I have no idea which one it's going to be. Obviously, they always do want to set up the universe, and they always do want to kind of fill in some little gap or something, or tease another film. So one for the universe, one for the upcoming film. So after Black Panther is AntMan and the Wasp, so maybe it'll be something.
Infinity War.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, one for Infinity War, and then maybe something that teases into AntMan and the Wasp. Or something that teases into something with, because I heard that there might be in the Black Widow film, that there might be Winter Soldier.
Okay. Well,
maybe doing like a buddy film between him and Black Widow.
With Black Panther and Black Widow?
No. Black Widow and Winter Soldier.
Okay. All right.
It's like doing something like that, some type of covert op type deal, or maybe when she referenced that thing where she got shot by him, she was like, "Oh, the scar," and he was like, "Oh, you can't wear bikinis anymore." Maybe they might show that particular incident, and maybe he's the villain of her film.
How do you think Coogler is? Because, like I said, it's getting a lot of this praise, and how do you think his imprint on the Marvel Universe is going to be for the future?
Well, if this does really well, then trust me, they will work him into other films that are coming out. So whatever else they have on the slate going into Phase 4 and Phase 5 and however long these phases continue to go on, as long as they keep making money, they will work him in there just like they did with the Russos. So everybody that does well, they will keep you there as they keep making us money.
And that's kind of scary too a little bit, because he's so awesome creatively, and the way
that means we ain't never getting no Creed 2 and 3.
Well, we're getting
Creed 2, but he ain't gonna be writing it and directing it.
He's executive producing it, unfortunately. But that's
basically he's there to collect a check.
That's what sucks about it, is that you're not gonna be. Hopefully, he doesn't just get stuck there, and he can actually do other things that.
You don't want him to be Josh Whedon?
No, I don't. Honestly, I really don't. I wouldn't mind him being Russo's a little bit, because Russo's are already out after Avengers 4. Mm-hmm. So if he can pull maybe like a 2 or 3, and that's it, and then do something.
So
else.
You would rather, if he's doing a good job, you would rather him leave the good job that he's doing to go do other things. We can keep getting great Marvel films.
I'd rather have him do a little bit. Look, do your Marvel films, but don't stop doing other things. Okay, what I'm saying. That's what I'm.
All right, don't lock yourself too far. Right. Whedon locked himself into Marvel.
Right, and
the Russos are kind of locked.
To be honest with you, he actually hasn't left the comic world. I mean, he kind of still he went to DC, so he's still stuck there now. Yeah. So there's no real.
Well, because he went there because he always wanted to do a Batgirl film. So he went there and was like, "Hey, let me do my Batgirl film." And then Zack Snyder had to step out, so they were like, "Hey, do Justice League."
Oh man. All right, so right now Black Panther is projected to do anywhere between $100 to $150 million. It is 2 days after Valentine's Day, which technically is Valentine's weekend. And we talked about this before. 1 week of 50 Shades in. Where does it stop?
Take your woman to go see Black Panther. Don't take her to go see 50 Shades.
Oh, so are you going with 100?
I think that this will beat 50 Shades of Grey. I think it will crush 50 Shades of Grey. Okay. And I know it's Valentine's Day weekend, and you're gonna say, Terrence, look, Valentine's Day weekend, all these women, they're gonna be like hot and bothered. They want to go take their significant other to go see some BDSM, and which they will never actually do in real life. But they're gonna go, and that's gonna make them money. But trust me, I think that this franchise is ready to be over with, and I think this is gonna be the poorest performance that this franchise is gonna get. And I think all that money really is gonna go to Black Panther. I really do. Well, it's Black History Month. If Black Panther ain't number one. We riot. Black people unite.
I'm going with maybe 120. That's where I'm going to go with.
Hey, look, they were already. If it's low 100s, I'm hot. As long as it's over 100, I will feel it as a win.
Yeah. Thor was 123, so I mean that's solid. So I'll stick with that. All right. Well,
you can't beat blonde white people. So.
Well, speaking of blonde white people, Jesus Christ is in the news.
Excellent transition.
Passion of the Christ 2 has actually been talked about. And I'm not talking about the skit from Family Guy.
No, that's the only thing I'm thinking of.
Passion of the Christ 2. Crucify this.
Passion of the Christ 2. Oh my gosh. All right.
Go ahead.
The title is called The Resurrection. And it is with James Caviezel, who is actually reprising his role as Jesus Christ.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Jesus
Christ.
Mel Gibson will return to direct. What do you think about that?
The Jews are gonna let him direct a movie about Jews? I'm like, really?
Man,
really?
I set myself up for that.
But I mean, look, he did a great job in the first one.
Absolutely.
I mean, they broke records with an R-rated film with that movie. So why not have him come back and do a sequel? I'm a little touchy about like them doing films just for the simple fact that the first one did well, as opposed to them really wanting to do a sequel. I mean, because if he really it's been like 13 years. Exactly. If he really wanted to do a sequel, he would have done a sequel. But
you got to remember that all that with Mel Gibson, all that stuff, all that backlash happened.
Okay, so he was like, I had my Passion of the Christ 2 ready, and then got sidetracked.
So then that's pretty much it. Call it Passion of the Christ 2. It's the resurrection.
There you go.
It's a continuation of the story,
right.
As far as the resurrection. If it comes out,
I'm gonna see it.
But if it comes out around Easter time, it's gonna freaking do amazing.
Come out in Easter
it's
time.
Gonna do
That's
amazing.
It's gonna make the most money.
No, it's not gonna. It's gonna come out in October, right?
For Halloween, Passion of the Christ 2.
The original actually was made for $30 million. Went on to gross $611 million worldwide. Like Terrence said, it had the top grossing rated R movie of all time domestically until Deadpool came, and then it came. So those
a clown,
a clown
and an assassin beat
that acts like a clown.
There you go. Beat Jesus.
Oh man. Now this is the thing that surprised me. That there is if you want to look at IMDb, there's a lot of little fun facts and stuff. And one of the side notes that they said was in the trivia was that Jim Caviezel was actually struck by lightning 2 times when playing this role. Because of that, I'm surprised that he came back.
There you go. There's your resurrection right there. Twice.
His career.
Jesus couldn't even do that.
Man, just give him a hero.
Well, maybe because he was playing Jesus, he got struck by lightning.
Okay, I'm not touching that one. How do you think this one will do? Do you think this will do some damage on the box office?
I think it's been long enough to all the controversy with Mel Gibson that this film can come out. And it comes out with Easter. They low profile Mel Gibson being a director, and they just say, hey, we're doing a resurrection movie. If they weren't doing this one, another resurrection movie was going to come out anyway. Whether it had been because there's a lot of religious films that come out around Easter that do really well.
And they do.
So something else was going to come out anyway. So why not do something that's already based on a franchise that's already doing really, really well? So
popular. Yeah, it's very popular.
It'll break another record.
So I think so too. I think that Mel Gibson, after Hacksaw Ridge and all of the notoriety that he got again with the Oscar nom and all that stuff, and then some decent success with Daddy's Home 2. I think that he's on track.
Yeah, exactly.
He's back on track a little
even though it is a sequel, we always talk about how they always do their best stuff in the original, and they're gonna be like, man, Jesus was really good in the first one. He was out there against the Romans and stuff, and up on the cross and stuff like that. The resurrection thing is like they just kind of ruined the character.
That's awful. Well. Mel Gibson, if anything.
Transition from that.
Yeah. If anything, Mel Gibson, that man knows story structure.
There you go.
So God bless. All right. This one's going to hit close to home to us.
All right.
Okay, so we used to work at Blockbuster Video back in the 90s. Mm-hmm. All right?
Okay.
Blockbuster back in the day had 9,000 stores across the country. Right now, there are 9.
Across the country.
But -1 because the last Blockbuster in Texas has closed.
There you go, you people with Netflix and Hulu and all your streaming and bootlegging and stuff like that. You know what?
Dan Fogelberg.
You kids with your Dan
Fogelberg CDs and your freaking Pac-Man video games.
You guys killed the video store. Man, that sucks. Not like there's no Blockbusters here, there's no Hollywood Videos, there's nothing here but Redbox, but still, the video store was a staple of communities where you went and you talked to somebody who had seen the film and that could recommend other films for you to see. And it wasn't like, hey, this is all the movies that I have to pick from streaming, and it's no back catalog. You only get the new stuff. You don't know about all the stuff where, like, I do another video where I talk about films you should see before seeing like a bigger film that comes out. So you don't get to go and find those films because they're not available on streaming anymore. With the contracts and stuff like that, the video stores gave you a back catalog. You got to be more familiar. They did tie-in films when things came out.
Right. Give me I would love for Netflix to show me Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, exactly.
Nope, nothing. How about Chud? Nope, that's not gonna happen. How about Night of the Creeps? Stuff like that. Nope, that's not gonna happen. You got that at Blockbuster, and what was best about Blockbuster too was that you got a chance to just lounge and read cover boxes and get to see. I mean, it was
hold it in your hand.
Hold it in your hand. Look at the artwork, and to be honest with you, some of the movies that I watched were strictly because of the artwork.
Yeah.
And
I made many mistakes. Like, oh man, the cover box looks really good. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible. But
can I just have the cover then?
Exactly. But you know what? Because Pumpkinhead was horrible.
Pumpkinhead was a freaking awesome movie. Are you crazy?
Pumpkinhead was horrible.
You're freaking awful.
Pumpkinhead was horrible.
You're crazy.
Horrible.
I told mine.
The Dentist. Horrible.
The Dentist was horrible. Dr. Giggles.
Dr. Gizzle was funny.
All right, so the Edinburgh location closed last week, and then it reopened for liquidation sale, where customers could come in, buy the DVDs and VHS, whatever they had, at discount price. But they
Suck the life out of it.
But they could also take piece of their store for free, I guess.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but that was pretty good because they get to keep for the rest of their lives. Ain't no Blockbuster ever gonna happen again.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's it.
Exactly. Bring. You know what? In memoriam, I should have worn my Blockbuster shirt.
So that leaves 8 stores left, and it's 2 in Oregon, 6 in Alaska, and the 6 in Alaska.
The Alaskan support Blockbuster.
Yes, the seals and shit. The seals love
The seals and the polar bears out there supporting Blockbuster.
6 in Alaska are actually very profitable, surprisingly enough.
You know why? Because I mean,
You get 30 days a night, you get 30 days a day. Rent a video.
what else are you gonna do in Alaska besides watch a movie? You can go outside and play in the snow. Come on.
If you guys ever get a chance, if you are on Twitter, please go to the Last Blockbuster Twitter page. It is hilarious. They have freaking hilarious postings all the time. It's one of the best.
Marissa, Fern, it's for you.
Yeah. Mark, everybody.
Mark, here you go.
Miss y'all. All right, in our WTF news,
Whose genitals are we talking about today, sir?
we are talking about a dinosaur's genitals.
They had genitals?
In the 1990s, Barney was one of the best,
my God.
most loved dinosaurs in all of television. It was brought to life by actor David Joyner. Well, nowadays, Barney the dinosaur is a tantric sex guru.
Well, see, that's It could be worse. The whole thing with tantric is like by hands off and holding back and stuff like that. So he's kind of.
Well, I hope so. He had all them kids on him. He better held back.
He's kind of preaching restraint and control and stuff like that. So I get it. Maybe, possibly.
All right.
I mean, he's not doing it in a dinosaur costume, is it? I mean, is he?
He is. There's pictures.
Is his tail like in between his legs?
That makes him scared.
David Joyner, who played Barney, says the energy in this costume was the foundation of Tantra. How's that?
I'm imagining.
I'm very disturbed now.
I very am. I'm imagining him doing the I love you, you love me. God, why?
I think he's taking it now. He's taking that to a whole
Well,
level.
does he own rights to the character?
I don't know.
How is he able to do this? You'd figure the people who own the show would be like, you can't do this.
He doesn't really dress like Barney with the.
She just sent those pictures.
No, okay, well, whatever. But he's not. He's not. Forget it.
I'm sure he's dressed as Barney.
No, Daily Mail did an interview with him, and he was just like, the character preached love, and that's where I'm trying to get with this.
Right.
And so that's when they showed
everything
the women
grows
around
from
him
love.
when he was in the costume.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh, okay.
Right. Everything grows from love.
Okay. I mean, if he's doing it outside of the costume, it's just a person teaching the whole tantric thing. But
Well, speaking of
him in the costume would make it weird.
Well, speaking of getting screwed, he charges $350 to $400 an hour.
I mean, it's Barney. It's Barney.
An hour.
It's
for a 4-hour session
to not touch you and get off.
To create a blissful state of sexual awareness.
it's called yoga, people. $20 an hour.
I mean, and they got nice pants, and you get to have an attractive woman right in front of you.
It's called cold cream and but Kleenex.
I understand why he charges so much, because at this point he's a name. People are gonna show up because who he is, and it's like, oh, it's Barney. That's why he's.
So
if he's wearing a costume, he will ruin my childhood.
So this $350 an hour.
So this blissful state is supposed to be best achieved through unprotected sex, because condoms block the energy.
I thought tantric thing was like not getting there. I try to be so PG on this segment. I try by not getting there and kind of hands off. I didn't know that there was actual physical contact in tantric in the whole. If you guys actually practice,
Purple are there.
There are a lot of
shades of purple.
There you go. There's a lot of shades.
That's
purple.
Prince.
That's messed up. He's dead.
This is horrible. It's a horrible topic. A very horrible topic. But if you guys are into that, make sure you put in the comments below.
Take us home.
Send pictures.
Tell me if you're into Barbie like
Send
that.
pictures to the good channel at gmail.com. I'm curious.
Please
I'm
don't.
curious. In a dinosaur costume. All right, if you're still here with us after that disturbing topic, make sure you like, subscribe, like I said, comment below, tell us about your guys' experiences. If you've been there, let us know. Tell me how it was. Like I said, shoot me some pictures. Curious. And if this is the first time I actually seen the show, make sure that you subscribe so that way you can be aware of all the other things that we do on this channel. And if you know anybody else who might be interested, tell them about it. Have them come over and take us out.
I'm sorry. That was just insane.
It's distracting.
All right, wherever the hell he's at, ask him in the back. I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And that was a good.
Get him here.
Huh?
Just get him.
Oh, this is like, ooh, hotness there. Hey, I haven't seen you here in a while.
All right.
Get some cardboard cutouts.
I was like, I'm not gay, but you and Ryan Reynolds.
Show me your Deadpool.
I'm sad.
Show me your Van Wilder.
Y'all are so funny.